Hey Internet, Grumpy Man here. It's been a little while. It's a beautiful Friday afternoon. Not so beautiful. Oh, it was nice out. It's like 18 or so. We're all zipped up. Gaslight flashing. Good times. Oh, what time is it? 2:40. We'll see what traffic is like on a Friday. Ah, I thought I might be too hot, but it's the wind is pretty cold. As long as it doesn't rain, I don't have to pull over and put on my gear. Yeah, I need gas. All the smokers getting fresh air. What is the temperature anyway? According to the BAT computer. Cycle through. Oh, 16.5. That's what I like about the new TFT screens that are coming. Like if you look at the BMW one, you have everything on the main screen that you're going to have on, like most people would have on most of the time. It has all around the edges. It has your rev counter, your speed, gear indicator, and all that good stuff. Oh, this person's you're smart. Oh, so it's not bad now. I mean, it's cloudy, so depressing. This morning when I left the house, it was 3 degrees. What do we got there? Purple. Oh, Triumph. A speed or a street? I think that's a street triple. I think it's the small one. I think that's a girl. She's probably I saw a camera, did a double take. I'm like, yeah, I'd be filming. Damn pedestrians slowing down traffic. Come on, baby. Yeah, it's cool out. The wind, anyway. Well, I mean, summer's over. We're gonna have a hot. It's gonna be like this all next week. Just this weekend's gonna be like gross. So take advantage, get all my stuff, my non-motorcycle stuff done. But I drove in today because I was away all weekend and I didn't ride. And motorcycle parking ends Halloween, so October 31st. There's no more free motorcycle parking, so you could find and you can squeeze in, but they're technically not legal parking spots. So you can get a ticket. You get a asshole city worker, you'll get a ticket. Oh. So I think I'm still a little bit jet lagged. I went to Europe for the weekend and it's Friday. We got back Tuesday night, but of course Tuesday I was up for like 20 hours or something crazy like that. But you know, I'm not complaining. Well, go then. Go. You're signaling. You're gonna. I don't care. Go. We're both stuck behind this slowish truck anyway. So yeah, so I'm just a bit. I mean, it's not crazy jet lag. It was 7 hours time difference, and I was only there for 3 days. But yeah, it's enough just to, you know, I'm not that young, so to just mess up my schedule, my internal clock a little bit, but not so bad. Oh, I went right by range. I was going fast this morning, so the range was like... Yeah. So it's 44 kilometers home. I have 57 kilometers range. Yeah. I pass gas stations if it really gets critical. I can stop. I meant to get gas yesterday, but I done forgot. So far, so good. Let's get around these guys. There's the traffic. I knew you were there. Oh well. Oh, is that a Polestar? Are you? Nice. Oh, that blue. So that, my friends, is a hot rod Volvo. Something that sounds weird saying, but hot rod is, and I think it's like 360 horsepower. So it's a good 100 horsepower almost above the stock model. It's just a nice car. I mean, and it's a Volvos, as far as I know, are fairly good cars. They're somewhat expensive, but I think they're very solid and very safe and all that. Kind of weird on the inside, although the newer ones, I guess, they used to be boxes, but that one is, yeah, that was definitely a Polestar, because you can't get that color on a regular Volvo. I don't know if there's different versions of the Polestars, but anyway, that was for anyone. Don't be a sneaky Pete. Congestion, congestion, congestion. So that word doesn't need to be translated congestion, as in traffic. I was debating putting my music on to have like a musical background noise, but I have to look up copyright crap. If I just have Spotify on some random playlist and you can hear it, then I don't have the license. So I think I can just get away with putting some sort of message in my under the video saying all rights to all music belong to the original owner or something like that. Anyway, I just gotta put some disclaimer. I don't want to get a copyright strike. Someone doesn't want, like, one of my videos to report me to the big bad record companies and say, oh, he was playing some hillbilly country music. So just so everyone knows, I'm not a big country music star. So I say country music, I was listening to Country Coffee House or some playlist like that this morning. Yesterday, was it like this? Yeah, yesterday was the same. Sped up after. What do you want? It's a Friday. People leave earlier to get home, myself included. Though I'll do a bit of work when I get home, I suppose. Just basically some requests for some stuff I need to do my work next week. If I do it today, then it will get done. So, yeah, so not much else going on. I mean, my service is overdue my service now, so I'm debating whether I might just change my oil myself, go get the crap at the dealer, and just change the oil, and then in the spring get my service done. Because there's no rush. I'll be parking her very soon. I doubt I'm going to do more than another... Hey, hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm going to put on like another 2,000 kilometers, but it just... with all the crap I have to do to get my house ready for winter, if you have a house, you know what I mean, yard work. I got my pool I need to close. I mean, you know, disconnect the pump, lower the water level, all that good stuff. So close the pool, I gotta clean. I have like a storage room in my basement, which I have to clean of all the crap so that I can put some stuff from the garage in the basement, like a few bicycles and some stuff that's like not noxious, like not gas cans and stuff like that, but like a few bicycles and stuff, so that I can fit my car in the garage for the winter, because we have 3 cars this year in the driveway, and it's a 4-car driveway. And you know, if I put 3 cars there, that's just less room for the snow removal guy, which means it's more snow for Grumpy Man to remove. And we're supposed to have a decent snowfall this winter. Or, you know, even if you get that one big snowfall, that's enough. Anyway, so I got tons of stuff to do, so the weekend, you know, during the week, there's a limit to what I could do. So, anyway, this weekend, like I said, it's gonna be a rainy weekend, so we're gonna get stuff done. I don't like being behind a truck where I really can't see. You're going right across, I bet, mister. Okay. And now I'm stuck behind a dump truck. I was pretty sure he was going across all the way. And you can see there's people merging the other way. It's fantastic. The design of these roads, I think it was a lobotomized monkey that was the engineer for this shit. Oh, look at that. I hear my my phone. So basically, I don't know how much action I'm gonna be, how many videos I'll be posting on my channel. I'll do a review of my car, just to say I put it up there for fun. Equipment wise, I'm not buying anything. Oil change, I could do an oil change video. That'd probably be good, so it might help someone. For me, an oil change is like super easy, but maybe if you're not so inclined and you're a bit hesitant, you know. And this one is pretty easy to get to. The oil plug is like right on the side, outside of the little, it's not really a fairing, those little decorative things under the engine, little plastic pieces, and the oil filter. I'm pretty sure I don't have to remove any body work, so just have to warm up the bike and drain it. So I could do a video on that. People like the video I did of other little how-tos. So we shall see. Now, I did put a call out for a graphic artist or something to make help me create a logo, or tell me how much it would cost to create a logo. And I messaged a few people on Facebook that were in my cities group. None of them got back to me, so I don't know. I'll have to find someone on the interweb, expand my search. I don't know any creative people per se, so. Oh, accident. Oh no, Axe? Oh yeah, Axe. Okay. It's just Axe incident. Oh, it shouldn't affect us too much. This is just normal traffic. So I will go home. I will pour myself a very nice glass of scotch that I got at the duty free. And yeah. So I'll probably post, I might put a playlist on my site and do some gaming stuff over the winter. I might do some news, like if there's cycling news, as they announce the as they announce the 2018 models, if there's some big stuff, maybe I can do some creative stuff like that. It's on my my to-do list to make my office into somewhat of a little studio, and maybe not use the GoPro, maybe use I have an SLR. It doesn't have an external mic though, so I don't know about that, but anyway. and try and do maybe do a presentation of like a little news thing, like, okay, Yamaha is doing these changes, so on and so forth. I'll see. Just basically to keep videos going up. And I might do some gaming stuff. I do game a little bit, so I can record some Twitch streams that I do, maybe. They just released a new version of World of Warplanes, which looks like it might be fun. I might even have an old joystick, old school joystick. Old school as it has a game port on it, so, but with a USB plug. It may have worked under Windows 7. Anyway, I'll see. If I could play with the joystick, that might be cool. Although you still need a... if I can map all the keys, then that would be really cool, because there are keys you need to have mapped to look behind you and to drop bombs and whatever. Anyway, so I might do some gaming stuff. I don't want to dilute my channel too much with gaming stuff, but I could always make a separate like a separate playlist or something. Wow, it's dusty here. Is it? Okay. I thought it was just my visor that was dirty. Getting stuck in traffic just to be able to take my bike. Wasn't that as many bikes today in the bike parking where I start my phone? Oh, nice. Man, I'm kind of pissed that Honda kind of killed that motorcycle. So that's the ST1300. It started as an ST1100, so it's a V4, which to me, when I think of Honda, I think of V4, but instead of being front to back, it was longitudinal, so the cylinder head stuck out the side. So kind of like how a Moto Guzzi twin, the cylinder head stick out the side, and well, Honda used to have a twin called the CX500, CX650, CX50 Turbo back in the day. Anyway, so it was a shaft drive. It was built as a sport touring machine. It came with the side bags, at least in the back. Super comfortable. Of course, they had some issues, but you know, a lot of Japanese bikes in that era, early 2000s, had rectifier issues, and so rectifier, it's a thing with steadies the current. I don't know if it converts it to from AC to DC. That I'm not sure. The stator, anyway. But it was a decent bike, and people loved them. And so it went from the ST1100. They made the engine bigger. Oh, nice. Oh, Turbo S. Oh, you don't mess around, sir. Look at the size of that fucking brakes on that thing. Nice. So, getting back to the bike. So it was a beautiful bike. And of course it started to get dated. I mean, it didn't have cruise control, it didn't have, I don't think it had heated grips, but of course a bunch of companies make aftermarket heated grips, which are probably better. They have 5 settings instead of 2 or 3. But what they did instead, they came up with this abomination in the CTX 1300 about a couple of years ago, I think, so 2015. And it was the same engine, kind of same layout, but it was kind of like chromed pipes. Anyway, you can look it up, CTX 1300, and it was not well received at all. It was freaking weird looking, like that some Hondas, they've made a few weird, bizarro looking bikes, and didn't sell it well at all, so now they have nothing. So if you want a sport touring machine, they have nothing. VFR still exists, the VFR 800 still exists, so in North America, they didn't bring any in, so it's if you find one, it will be an older model. It won't be like a 2017. It'll be a 2015, maybe a 2016. The VFR 1200, there's none anymore. They only make the cross tour versions. I guess that could be classified sport touring, but it's more of an adventure bike look. Sorry. So they screwed the pooch. If they were to come out with, so they'd have to compete with the sport touring bike. So they compete with the FJR, concourse. If they were to come out with a new version of that, an updated version with modern crap on it. So I didn't rail against, I pointed out my review of the Goldwing F6B that it's all nice and everything, but basically it's very dated. But if you didn't care, it was a very nice bike, and you could probably ride all day on that stupid thing. It was like sitting in a lazy boy. It was so comfortable, and not the most powerful thing in the world, and it's pretty heavy, but more than enough to get around. It's 120 horsepower, decent amount of torque. I mean, it's a 1.8 liter engine. It's got torque. If Honda were to come out with a new ST1300 with nice TFT screen, like all the stuff that the newer bikes are coming with, Bluetooth, heated grips, cruise, ride modes. Well, ride by wire. You don't really need ride modes. Traction control, ABS. I bet they sell a bunch of them. But right now, everything is adventure bike, adventure bike, adventure bike, or cruiser. Those are the two biggest segments, I think, right now. So I doubt they're going to do it. I mean, BMW, they sell more GS, and GS Adventure, I think, is still their top selling bike. I mean, they sell their super sport bike. I mean, if I go by my dealer, because my dealer is BMW Montreal, and they have on their Facebook, when they sell something, they put it on their Facebook with a picture of the happy customer. And for the most part, it's been I'd say it's mostly been S1000 RRs. A few people got that new 310, the small bike. But yeah, it's been that's on sport touring bikes. It's adventure bikes. Anyway, I mean, I grew up on Honda bikes, right? So that's I have a soft spot for Honda. And they're good bikes, don't get me wrong. I might not like their lineup, but there's not a bad bike in their lineup. There's a couple weird urban, I forget the one. There's one that's got a weird name, anyway. But very nice bikes. Like I said, there might not be a bike for Grumpy Man in their lineup right now, but well, if they ever came up with the VFR 1200 again, I would be tempted. Although, if it was still the big, expensive motorcycle registration here, maybe not. But that thing had 160 horsepower. But the good thing is that I didn't make a bad choice, and I love this bike. So I can. It's not like I'm in a rush, and I hate every time I ride this thing. Like if I had an old bike that was just like I got rid of my VFR, not because I didn't like it. It's because it needed work, not to make it safe or anything, but to make it more to my liking. I added all that up and I ended up selling it, but I could have kept it. It had a lot of mileage, but it was paid for, and at a certain point the price doesn't really go down, Yeah. Oh, that's a train. I thought that was people being people are funny. If one lane is going slightly faster, some people, you can see the look of panic in their eyes. It's like, oh my god, the lane. Like if I'm in this lane and it's slowing down, and then the other lane goes a bit faster, then they're like doing like a extreme maneuver, like to just cut into that lane because they might go faster. And yes, I may be in some situations, but most of the time I think they did it on some shows there about someone who just, if there's no accident or anything, it's just like pick a lane. The time to get to their destination was pretty much the same. mean, I've seen that sometimes. I'm driving, normal, which is my usual kind of semi-aggressive way, and there's someone that I see that's like driving like a madman, pole position, whatever, cutting everyone off, and I get to where I'm going, and they're like, and I'm like right behind them, like the car behind them or something. So yeah, well, they got there before me by a second, but hey, what did I say? The 13's coming up here. This is where it usually yeah, so I was driving fast this morning and I had the range up because I knew I was going to run out of gas. I was going to be low on gas, and it was going down. You could see it going down, and as soon as I slowed down to like below 100, then it was like going up almost the range. Mr. Porsche Turbo could go by. It's got a nice sound. Look at the sides of the exhaust pipes on that. Like they're like really 3 inches, and there's not much exhaust because the engine is like right there. But you have to like that car because, well, my age group, when that that was one of the poster cars. It was like the original turbo, the big whale fin in the back. That was like the original. That and the Lamborghinis and stuff. That was all. Oh yeah. Yeah. See, I pulled over and let him go by. He was in a rush. But again, if I had a car like that, like I can't say I wouldn't drive. That I wouldn't drive not like a douchebag. I mean, I drive fast in my car and it's like, half the horsepower of that. That's what? Is it 600? Yeah, that's a Turbo S. So 6 something, I guess. Mine's 252. Big ass difference. Guy, nice bike. See, it's a very nice bike. You're upright, had good wind protection. It wasn't crazy heavy, I don't think. Got a rain today. Gloomy. Oh well. Such is life. Gas went 119. honestly, I don't feel like pulling over to change. Actually, you know what? I probably wouldn't. My stuff is, I don't have my waterproof backpack, but my torso would be not wet. I don't think it's... This guy's itching to pass on the right. Definitely some slow pokes up ahead. As usual. Sorry, but let's zip around these people. It annoys me, people just sitting in the passing lane when there's no one beside them, no one in front of them. They could just move over. Like, why are you hitting your brakes? Car in front didn't hit his brakes. Yes, there was a car merging in the other lane, so yes, hit your brakes. That's your default reaction. Default reaction of a bad driver is brakes. Oh, I'll be home before 3:30. Time to put gas. Degrees. Ooh. Oh, there's the sun. Hello. We'll have sun for a few minutes. Sweet. Yes, slow down. Slow down. You're in the fast lane. Slow down. Awesome job. Oh, that sun feels nice. It was nice when I do my road trips because early in the morning, I leave early in the morning, so I don't have to deal. I don't deal with that many cars. And on the rural routes too, there's not a lot of traffic. Or it's a it's a 2-lane road, like 1 lane either direction. So I don't have to deal with this crap. But it's my own fault for commuting. I do admit that. The more cars you're with, the more stupid cars you're with. I shouldn't blame that poor Ford Freestyle or whatever you call that thing. Freestyle? Like, then they called it the Taurus X or something. Basically a Taurus wagon. Basically. Yeah, I really feel the sun on my legs. It's like, nice. Temperature went up at a full degree. Everyone passes here because everyone slows down because it's a 70 zone instead of 100. Then everyone passes here, then they have to panic to get back in this lane because there's people coming and merging. I was itching to change lanes when they have their hand on the turn signal. Yeah, I should take the scenic route home. Get stuck behind school buses at this time at 15, 20. Yeah, I get stuck behind school buses. Make sure I don't take. I have 2 ways to get to my house, and one of the ways it says there's a detour because there's a bit of construction, but the detour is basically going 2 kilometers saying, oh, sorry, the detour is go around. So turn around and go back. So you lose a lot of time. I did that the other day. I wasn't very happy. I was very tired. And my bike is filthy. Absolutely filthy. I haven't washed it in like 2-3 weeks. Those bugs are not gonna want to come off. They're not gonna want to come off at all. Oh, there's the light's gonna change. I had stops I needed to make, but all my my bag is full. I have a smaller backpack on, and both my cases are full. I was wearing my thick motorcycle pants, so I don't have them on now. I shoved them in. So I needed to get some red wine. Grumpy Man has no red wine. Heavens. I have to drink white wine like a peasant. I kid. Yeah, the wind's cold. It's like, I'm not cold, but when you open your visor and you get the... Let's see if they still have a Focus RS here. It kind of sticks out the color. Ah, there it is. Yeah. So I was checking the Ford website, and that car, which I already find is expensive, so it's 52,000 Canadian. And it's a Ford Focus interior. You get a base model Focus. It's the same interior. I mean, a base model doesn't have the nice big touchscreen. So I thought at 52,000, I mean, at 52,000 you can get an S3. Okay, it's not the same car. It's not the same kind of thing. That's a hot hatch. But for me, when you start getting into that price range, 52, like my car is worth like, I think 35. It's the ST, same interior, and for that price, it's fine. Sure, the fit and finish is not Mercedes quality, but it's not a Mercedes, it's a Ford. But price, performance, and fun factor, it's beautiful. So it's 52,000. I thought that was expensive. Plus, some places are charging a surcharge, which I thought was illegal. And I looked. The 2018 is going up 10 grand. It's 61 something. So call it $62,000 for a Focus RS. They are smoking crack. Because at 62,000, I'm sorry, you know what I could buy? At 62,000, I can get an AMG CLA 45, I believe. I can get for sure an Audi RS3. And if you don't know what an RS3 is, it's basically an Audi A3 with a twin turbo, inline 5-cylinder, producing 400 horsepower and high 300s torque at a very low RPM. So it's basically an S3 on steroids, or an A3 on super steroids. For 62, I can get. I can't get a Corvette. 62, I'm in. I'm in Camaro. I'm in like 62. Yeah, 62. I'm not in ZL1, but I can get. You can get a Camaro SS, V8 SS. Or 2SS, sorry, so the fully loaded one with pretty much all the options, all optioned out. I think you'd still be under 62. Performance-wise, okay, not the same thing. That's an all-wheel drive, in air quotes, hot hatch, and you know, it's a rear-wheel drive. 62, you can get Challenger, Charger, with similar levels of performance, similar fit and finish. I guess Dodge, you know, is no crazy nice interior. They're just, I don't know what the F they're smoking. $62,000. I know there's demand, so it's like they're baking in the extra, the surcharge they're putting. Like, you know, when there's something's in demand, it's like, oh, I heard that. That was a Corvette. But a Corvette, I don't think it's that much more than 62. I'll have to look. I'll school myself. But 62, you could get a used Corvette. That's a C7, so the new generation, which I think is 2014, is this new generation. You could definitely get a used one. So yeah, I wasn't buying an RS, but still, yeah, 62. Yeah, you're getting a lot. You can get a lot better car for 62. And I'm talking performance cars. I'm not talking just like a luxury car for 62. 62, I mean, you can get an A6. For 62, you can get an A6, but you can get an A6, which is, as far as a luxury car or like a really nice, you know, businessman's car or whatever. Definitely, for 62, you can get a pretty nice car. Cadillac, probably get a Cadillac. Not the one I want, like an ATS-V would be awesome. Oh, nothing like a naturally aspirated V8. That stuff is the schnizzit. You kids miss out on that with all these smaller engines and stuff. But V8, you get power, instant power. There's no turbo lag. Oh, what's with the? Is that a lineup at the gas station? Seriously? Big lineup. Oh well. Please pay at the pump or pay inside. So at this point, I will say farewell. Have a nice weekend, and I will talk to you later. Grumpy Man out.